What's up guys, it's Mostly Normal here, and I'm about to show you some creepy and strange TikTok videos you probably shouldn't watch at night. Real quick, I just want to say a super thank you to every single person that supports the channel. You guys are awesome, thank you so much. With all that being said, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video so it's recommended to others, they muchly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, let's get into the video.
Come on, let's go!
Oh, it's shaking. Oh, Lord, it's hot. Oh, oh.
So we start raising, we're excited, I'm recording, everything kind of felt fine, and then as we're going up, it started shaking a little bit. It was like, whoa, wait, why is it shaking? And then when we got all the way to the top, it banged, and then when the rope popped, we tilted, started spinning on the wall, we're screaming, glass and bottles were flying everywhere, a girl's nose got busted, even the workers were crying and ducking down and trying to hide, and then they finally lowering us down, and then when we finally got to the ground, it hit the ground because it was already tilted. And then when we got after it was done, nobody really told us what happened until an hour after.
Well, first off, I hope everyone is okay and made it out of there safely. And I've seen one of these before in person, and that's all I'm gonna do is see it in person. From a distance, on the ground, not ever getting on this thing. I don't know why you would ever want to get on that and drink. I'm happy just doing a little two-step with my mimosa on the ground, you know what I'm saying?
Did you guys know that a dude fell off the boat into the water with the animatronic shark in 1990? But that wasn't the worst thing that has happened on this ride. 2 years after that incident, in 1992, a teenager had jumped off the boat at this part of the ride and was bitten by the animatronic shark. Imagine being in the water with this guy. The kid was rescued, but he suffered so much blood loss by the time he got to the hospital that he had passed away. But before any of that even happened, technicians were in the water before the ride opened, and they were supposed to make sure that Jaws was more lifelike. And while working on him underwater, somehow the power got turned on, electrocuting all the underwater technicians. And hours later, staff came by to find their floating bodies, and they thought it was part of the ride. People say the ride is cursed, and since then, they've closed the ride and replaced it with a Harry Potter ride. People have gone on to say that this ride also experiences all kinds of difficulties, and the ride is still cursed. But what do you guys think?
That's crazy. I actually rode this ride when I was younger, and I never knew all this happened. My condolences go out to the people that were in the water working on the ride, but why would you not check to see if there were people in the water first before you turn the power back on?
This is a wrapper of the original melatonin bottles. When they first put them out, they took this off of the label. And I'll read it. Melatonin is a protein constitution, I think that's the word, constitution of pineal tissue. So that means they had to crush the pineal gland to get this thing.
Right.
So we have the actual document here on the original ones.
Whoever the first person was to figure out that to crush down the pineal gland, you know on some freaky stuff. How did you even know that's what that does? Hey man, you know what? We listen and we don't judge.
Wojtek the Bear was a private in the Polish army in World War II.
That's pretty dope.
Was he a person or
A real bear. Polish soldiers encountered a young bear cub orphaned after hunters killed the mother. A local boy had found the cub and sold him to soldiers who adopted him as their unofficial mascot. They named him Wojtek, which means joyful warrior in Polish. Wojtek quickly became a beloved companion to the soldiers in the 22nd Artillery Supply Company. He lived with them, ate what they ate, including beer, which he had reportedly enjoyed, and even mimicked human behavior such as standing on two legs, saluting, and play wrestling with the men. When the Polish Corps deployed to Italy to fight alongside the British Army, military regulations prohibited pet animals from traveling with the troops. To solve this, Wojtek was officially enlisted as a soldier,
Oh my gosh.
complete with a rank, serial number, and a paybook. He carried around their artillery shells into battle, so he's like a pack mule, basically.
But a freaking bear.
But a
dude.
bear.
That is awesome.
And then after the war, he was retired to the Edinburgh Zoo, where he died in the 1960s.
Wow.
Just talk about feeling safe on the battlefield.
Or afraid on the battlefield. You're against the bear. You just look over, you just see that they've trained the bear.
Freaking artillery shells are just like
they strap a bazooka to that bear. I mean, that would be so scary.
Bears are friends.
Could you imagine trying to fight this thing? Like, that dude's gonna eat like 150 bullets and maul like 8 people before he goes down. That had to be such a scary point of view from the other side, just seeing a bear carrying all the ammo on their back, just boom, boom, boom. At that point, I just look back at my boss and be like, hey man, I'm out.
Was in the closet. This guy fell asleep on the couch, and in the middle of the night, this happened. Something knocks on the pantry door, and moments later, it slams on its own, scaring him awake. Some people think that whatever did this was trying to signal him to blow out the candle he left burning, while others say that the door slamming was caused by the wind coming from the fan. But if that was the case, then it probably would have been happening all night.
Yeah, I'll be honest, my guy, it's time for you to move. See, the first knock, I understand. It's like, it is what it is, just from the fan above, you know what I mean? The second knock, nah, I'm good. Your house is haunted. I'll be honest, at first, when the door swung all the way open, I thought I saw something in there, but that easily could have been like the light reflecting off a snack or something.
It's coming closer. It has a red and green light. 2 green lights now. An airplane is taking off. There goes an airplane taking off. Oh my god. You're 2 green lights.
Okay, so tell me why I ordered some chicken and got home and they fried me up a freaking rat, y'all. What the hell?
See, I just wanted to show you what they do first. They see the rat walking around, right? And they're like, oh, we're running out of chicken. We need to grab that thing and cook it up and serve it to someone. And the next thing you know, you get that in your Popeyes meal served up with some seasoned fries. And if you really want me to be honest, why does it look like you attacked half of that meal already and then now you're talking about the fried rat? What's going on here?
Hey, y'all, check this out. So Texas is literally on fire right now, right? San Jacinto County is seeing over 9,000 of acres that's just burning, okay? All of this is burning out of control right now, and they cannot contain it. People were getting evacuation notices at 12 in the morning, and they were freaking out because they don't know what to do, y'all. What is going on?
We're freaking out right now because apparently there's fires. They just sent out a mandatory evacuation list, and my house and street and all that area wasn't on that list, but the street names that were on that list are only 9 miles away from me.
As you can see, police are blocking the road. This man tries to race through to go get his kids, but they are not letting him through. You should hear how loud these cops are yelling at him, y'all. This is crazy.
This is an update on the fire in Gloucester County, Fredericksburg, Texas. Over 9,000 acres have burnt or is still on fire. Nothing has been contained. There's been
You heard the man. Nothing yet is contained. This fire started off as a 200-acre fire, and now it is 9,000 plus.
If there's anyone from Texas watching, I really hope you and your families are okay. I will tell you right now, I don't care how many cops are there, you're not going to stop me from getting my kid. It is insane how many wildfires are just popping up all over the place. And I'm just saying, I'm not speculating, but I feel like there's a theory of that whole smart city thing, if you know what I mean. I just hope this is the last of the wildfires, because we don't need to see any more people get hurt by this. Like, come on. I'll be fully honest, it does kind of look like a scarecrow. At the same time, it looks like Handsome Squidward. I just know I wouldn't be standing there for too long because I'm out of there the second I even find that thing.
A video is currently trending that shows multiple Tesla vehicles self-driving and parked in an abandoned parking lot. Check it out real quick.
Trunk is open. Guys, look at all these Cybertrucks and Teslas. No one's driving that? No one is in that car.
Nobody walked over here. Wait. There's nobody in these. What the heck? That car just sped off. There's no one in it.
Now, a lot of people in the comments were talking about how this reminded them of a scene from the movie Leave the World Behind, and while reviewing that scene, I came across a pretty wild theory that was being discussed in the comments. The theory suggests that brand new Teslas are purposely being sent to abandoned lots so that if there's ever a state of emergency or a state of panic, these vehicles could be remotely activated and sent to main highways and roads in order to block them off in an attempt to maintain order or control. Now, that's obviously just a theory and there's no hard evidence behind it. But some people still find it suspicious that these cars appear to be brand new and still have power, as well as there being an unusually large amount of Cybertrucks, which are promoted as having windows and an exterior that's supposed to be impenetrable to multiple weapons.
I've seen the movie Leave the World Behind, and it's crazy how that literally looks like a clip taken straight from the movie. And I kind of see where this theory is coming from, because it's kind of weird that these Teslas are just driving themselves to an abandoned parking lot and they're just waiting. Other than that, this could have easily been like a drop-off zone for malfunctioning Teslas, or this could be just like an extra storage spot for Teslas because they probably just ran out of spots.
Check this out. This is the most advanced shipping port in the world. It's in Guangzhou, China. But if you look closely, there's something super strange about it. It operates without any workers. All those vehicles are driving around autonomously, and there isn't a single human on the grounds. It's pretty insane. Now, the craziest part about this whole operation is the crane system. You see those giant machines unloading the cargo from the ships? It turns out those are all being controlled remotely using joysticks. There's a whole room full of crane operators off-site. It's like esports meets logistics. Now, because these ports are using the latest AI and machine learning, they are insanely efficient. They can run for 24 hours a day and are saving China millions in labor costs. This smart port model is being cloned all over the country and is a massive supply chain advantage. And I think soon it'll be the standard for every port around the world.
They say the worst thing you can encounter in the woods is other people. An outdoorsman was camping, and while setting up a fire, he started hearing branches snapping in the woods behind him.
I don't know if that was me or something over there.
He shined his flashlight into the woods, and the sound stopped, but he forgot to record, so this is him explaining what he saw. After about 20 seconds, the camel man didn't move, so he pretended like he didn't see him and got out of there. And when he looked back, the camel man was gone.
I am so glad you got out of there when you did. Thank you for not sticking around with your camera and being like, what is that? I'm trying to figure out what that is. I would have reported that to the police or something, because it seems like that dude's out there for some nefarious intents. That is crazy.
Okay, he's following you, babe. Hey, bear! Hey, bear!
Why would you do that?
Hey! Do not run. Hey, bear!
Go up there.
Oh, come on. Don't run. Do not run.
Can we play dead yet?
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Can we play dead now? Can we play dead?
Griffin, walk faster, please. Hey, bear! Hey!
Why?
Hey!
What happens if we get...
Not a time for you to stay right now. Stay in front of me.
Following us.
He's been following us up the trail. Has no intention of...
Can we just give up?
Hey, bear! Hey!
We shut our dogs on
He wanted to see a bear.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want on a family vacation. A nice visit from a black bear. And at the same time, honey, I'm not trying to be rude, but let's not be like, hey, bear, hey. I would have had the bear spray ready and a rock. Not to hit the bear with it, but kind of like, you know, toss it near it to be like, hey, shoot fly. Obviously, that probably won't do a dang thing, but at least you're trying.
Oh my gosh, just pulled up to McDonald's and it says McDavid's now. That's so weird. Ah!
All their signs and everything say McDavid's.
What in the cannibalism did I just watch? KFC released this commercial, and it's probably the weirdest, maybe the most disturbing commercial I have ever seen. This commercial starts with this dude walking around the woods, and he makes eye contact with this chicken, and this is where things start to get really weird. This girl starts coming in and takes him to this cult-like ritual that's going on, where they gather around, come down from the trees, and they raise him up in the air. After this, everyone just runs away, and then this massive egg comes, and it looks like they're worshiping this golden egg. You know. And then eventually the girl walks this man to the lake, which is actually gravy because the commercial is called All Hail Gravy. He grabs this man, puts him inside the gravy until he can no longer breathe. You can see the bubbles stop, so he's clearly unalived. She pulls him back up, and he's a fried piece of whatever the heck they call it, chicken. I mean, call it truth in plain sight. Call this just a joke. Call it clickbait. This is weird.
This is what they're doing with the rats. I'm just kidding. But this is kind of weird, though. This is a very odd, strange commercial. But I'm all good. This isn't making me like KFC any better. I'm not gonna lie. But this obviously has to be a joke, right? They don't hide things in plain sight, do they?
So if you use Amazon's Alexa, want to listen up. Starting March 28th, Amazon will require all Echo device voice recordings to be processed in the cloud, eliminating the option for local processing. Users who previously disabled voice recording storage must now enable it or lose Alexa's voice ID feature. This move raises major privacy concerns. So beyond the privacy risks here, this shift also creates a new attack surface for hackers. With Alexa Plus requests now stored and processed in the Amazon cloud, cybercriminals could intercept voice transmissions, exploit data breaches, or use AI-generated voice cloning to impersonate users. Storing Alexa's voice ID in the cloud increases the risk for unauthorized access, where they could possibly manipulate your smart home devices, commit fraud, or retrieve sensitive information. So this is a very big shift and possibly could bring a lot of risks. What do you think about this new change in policy with Amazon?
That's crazy. So Amazon Alexa now stores your voice data, so now it could just use it when it wants to buy things. And oh my god, what happens if a hacker gets a hold of that and they can just use your voice from that to just do other things too? Well, I guess destroy that thing. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching all the clips with me today. And if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much. Alright guys, that's the end.